Hey guys, my name's Ratslav and today I want to talk to you about luck. This idea of luck that we have in our culture. I believe we have a huge problem with it. I believe we've pathologized it in a way, and let me tell you why. The problem, I believe, stems from rampant secularism, and probably the most common way in which this is reflected in our behavior is that we become more and more superstitious. And believing in luck to such a huge extent, to the amount that we're giving it like supernatural powers over our lives, we're allowing this idea of luck to have influence over our lives, this is superstitious. So the idea of luck is just fine, but only to the extent that you're willing to see the world, to see all the circumstances, all the factors that could influence your life in this way. Like, imagine you have two buckets. In one bucket go all the things that you believe you can control. So these are all the things that you can control, and these here in this bucket are all the things that you don't have any control over. These things right here, the uncontrollables, let's call them, they are the ones, these are the circumstances, these are the factors that tend to be influenced by luck. So in its purest form, luck would be when all the uncontrollables, all the circumstances of life that you cannot control align in such a way that they help you get to a positive outcome for whatever it is that you care about. Like today, you have an endeavor, you have a task, you have a journey to go on. When all the uncontrollable factors align in such a way that they favor a positive outcome for you, so that is good luck, and the opposite is obviously bad luck. But as you'll begin to see later in this video, even these factors lose their power as you begin to anticipate and predict and control most of these things. So the problem with this worldview where you would see this supernatural type of luck have too much influence, too much power over your life, the problem with that is it presumes, this type of worldview presumes that God or the universe are not just. If you believe in the traditional worldview, you know that we have a just God who created a just universe, a just world for us to inhabit. So if these things are too religious or spiritual or woo-woo for your taste, let's take the scientific point of view. For example, Einstein himself believed that we live in a ordered and harmonious universe. So if this is not a good enough reason for you to believe that we inhabit a world in which the forces are not somehow aligned against you, I don't know what is. So too much belief in luck or external forces having this power over your life, having this power to influence your life, can lead you to have majorly, grossly wrong conclusions about your life. For example, you may be the type of person who would say like, knowing my luck, I will never win. Knowing my luck, I will never win in the lottery. Bad things always happen to me. Great things never happen to me. And so I hope you can already see how such type of orientation in life can lead to negative outcomes, because believe in these things, the more you believe these, the more you play back this tape in your mind, the more it's going to influence your behaviors in life, the more it's going to influence you to take lousy behaviors, lousy actions in your life, and thus it becomes like a self-fulfilling prophecy, because with lousy actions, well, you get to lousy results. So another huge problem with this belief in luck, good luck, bad luck, my destiny, and all that shit. And it's all related, right? Another big problem with that is it can make you feel envious. It can make you feel envious because if you take all of your life, all of your experiences, you were there when you had each and every trouble, each and every challenge, each and every difficulty on your path. You were there when all of these things happen, and so you are familiar with all the negatives, all the hardship part of life, but only as it relates to your own life path. But when you think about other people, there's the problem. You only see the results. You only see the surface. You do not see the difficulties. You do not see the challenges that they went through in order to get those results. And you're like, how is this fair? Man, how is this fair that they have this car, this house, these kids, this wife, this husband, and I don't. Well, there are only two choices for you. You either believe that it is fair and they deserve all that they have, and you deserve all that you have, or you begin to believe that the universe or the world are ordered in such a way that is against you. Now, which of the two do you think is more reasonable? And now let me illustrate this point to you. You know J.K. Rowling, right? She wrote that little novel, that series of novels actually, Harry Potter. And you might think, well, she got lucky, look at her, she wrote a novel and now she's like a billionaire. Well, she actually didn't. She got rejected 12 times. 12? No, not once, not twice, not 3 times. She got rejected 12 times before someone believed in her idea and decided, okay, sure, let's publish that and see what happens. She weren't there when she went through all of this process, all the struggles of pitching it again and again and again and again, and she was probably like, well, I don't know who's left out there, I don't know who to show this thing to. Everyone I showed it to rejected me and said this thing doesn't, it doesn't work, it's not good. And imagine, because for us humans it's difficult to put in the shoes of someone else, but imagine how it felt. So it's not like I got rejected once or twice. You go through all the emotions and you know how this feels when somebody rejects you, right? You go through, it's like, we fear that shit. Like if you're a man approaching a woman and you get rejected, that's dangerous, man. We never want to do it. It's like a saber-toothed tiger against you. Another one is Sylvester Stallone, who was pretty much a brokey. But here's what. Before he sold the script to Rocky, this guy had such a hard life, such a hard time. He had to sell his dog. Imagine how that feels. Imagine how it feels having to sell your dog, which in many cases, we all love our dogs. If you have a dog, you can relate easily. Imagine how it feels having to sell your dog just so you can go like a few weeks more until you can finish the script, until you can pitch it, until you can sell the script. And imagine the risk and how it felt if you were in this guy's shoes. People say success is an event to the eyes of the audience, but to the person who's doing it, it was a long, tedious process of struggling. Now here's what to do about it. The great Thomas Jefferson said, I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. And this makes all the sense in the world. Why? Well, the more you work, the more things that you foresee, the more things that you take into account, the more tasks you do, the more little details you take care of, the less chance of failure remains. So going back to that bucket of uncontrollables, the uncontrollable circumstances and facts of life, well, the more you work, you actually begin to foresee most of those things. Like, you can check the weather app and see what the weather is going to be tomorrow. So if you go out there and it rains and you don't have your umbrella, for example, with you, you won't blame it on bad luck. You will blame it on your lack of preparation. There was some work that you could get done in order to prepare better. So you see, even the whims of nature are not related to luck. They are more related to the amount of work, to the amount of preparation that you managed to do beforehand. So Thomas Jefferson was right, basically, in saying that the more you work, the more luck you have, because you take care of all the little things and there's less chance of failure that remains, and the more it's gonna seem like all the little things in life align in your favor. So the philosophy of Stoicism was also extremely healthy in this regard, because it made its followers focus on all the things that they can control. And the things that they can't control, it made them, ignore them. Don't think about it. That was extremely healthy because, one, it saves you energy and time, which you would otherwise waste thinking about all the things that you cannot control. And second, as you focus more and more on the things that you believe you can control, you discover more and more and more of those things. So in a way, you expand the bucket of things that you have control over. And the more you expand that bucket, the more you discover your power, your strength to influence everything, to influence life, the circumstances, and the more you begin to believe that your life, your destiny is in your hands and not in the whims of external forces. So when you begin playing this game, life becomes very satisfying because you do actions and you get results. You see that there is a cause and effect relationship between your actions and the outcomes that you're getting, and all that's left is to learn how to take more actions so that you can drive more positive outcomes in your life. That is why you can join me at Ratslav.com, book your first coaching session, and become a high-performance person so that you can do more action and get more positive results in your life. Ratslav.com. See you in the next video.